Mom, if we had known, we wouldn't have bought a BYD, right?
That's right. If your dad hadn't bought a BYD, none of this would have happened.
Despite the company's efforts to suppress the story, a shocking incident involving BYD has come to light. A BYD Tang DM-i owner lost his life when his car caught fire after a collision with a roadside utility pole. The driver, trapped inside as the car doors locked, tragically died while screaming for help. Although the driver's wife, seated in the back, was rescued by breaking a window, justice remains elusive. The 2024 accident has seen no resolution, and even related videos have been wiped from the internet. One heartbreaking scene in the deleted footage shows the couple's child comforting their mother. In China's current online environment, criticizing BYD is often equated with criticizing the country itself. Victims of vehicle issues face suppression instead of solutions, fueling growing discontent. This has led some to refer to BYD as a parasite on the people. I bought this BYD in 2023, and after 378 days of driving, something just fell off while I was driving. At first, I didn't notice, but it turned out to be the brake pedal. After inspecting it, I realized a screw had fallen out. This is what the pedal looks like now. If this had happened on the highway, the consequences would have been unimaginable. BYD markets itself as the world's leading EV manufacturer. However, one criticism highlights its unrealistic vehicle capacity. For example, a car rated for 5 passengers is approved for a maximum load of just 375 kilograms, meaning even 4 passengers could exceed the limit. Everyone's talking about BYD's 375 kilogram limit these days, so I checked my registration. My BYD Qin Plus has the same limit. Fine, 375 kilograms it is, but at least the rest of the car should work, right? I've driven it for 8 months, covering over 28,000 kilometers. Look at my steering wheel and my pull-out drawer. I supported you, but I feel cheated. Nowadays, you can't speak the truth online. If you post a real video, they accuse you of smearing Chinese cars. Let's compare. Here's a 2014 Chinese brand car and a 2013 joint venture brand. Which one rusts more? Let's start with the joint venture car from 2013. This is an accident vehicle, and I'm not cutting the footage. Look at the solid steel inside. No rust at all. That's anti-rust quality.
13年的车子啊，一镜到底哈，看看这是一个事故车。
Now let's look at the 2014 Chinese brand. See the door? Rust. The roof? Rust. Even the screws are rusted. It's a mess. They keep boasting about being far ahead, but let's fix the rust first before making such claims.
那家最近2天
Let's touch on something sensitive. That car company deleting posts everywhere recently. My feelings about them are complicated. I genuinely hope they succeed, maybe even replace Toyota or Volkswagen to become a top global car maker. If not, at least beat Kia and become the 3rd largest. But if they fail, it'll be brutal. With all the early investments, it's a heavy burden on Chinese consumers. BYD has faced repeated scandals, including allegations of labor exploitation at its factory in Brazil, as previously covered. Public backlash erupted on Chinese social media, with some sarcastically defending BYD's practices, claiming, "We're just exporting our 996 work culture, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. What's the big deal?" Others mocked Brazil's accusations, pointing out similar conditions within China. Amid heated debates between Chinese ultra-nationalists and dissenters on domestic social platforms, more news has emerged from Brazil regarding BYD. On January 7th, Brazilian labor officials revealed that 163 Chinese workers at BYD's construction site were found with invalid visas, prompting fines against the company. Many of these workers, identified as victims of labor exploitation, have since left Brazil, while authorities continue to monitor BYD's sites to ensure compliance with labor laws. Beyond allegations of labor exploitation involving slave labor, BYD now faces accusations of illegal employment practices. The investigation could have far-reaching consequences, including restricting BYD's access to financial services in Brazil. The Brazilian government has already halted temporary work visas for the company's employees, raising potential tensions in China-Brazil relations. As one of the world's largest electric vehicle manufacturers, BYD is in fierce competition with Tesla for dominance in the EV sector. However, this labor investigation has brought negative international attention to BYD, undermining its efforts at global expansion. Criticism of BYD on Chinese social media often leads to severe repercussions. One notable case involved a customer who posted a video complaining about his car's numerous quality issues. Despite widespread online support, BYD accused him of defamation, forcing him to apologize publicly.
本人乔金龙，实名感谢比亚迪王朝。
My name is Qiao Jinlong, and I wanted to sincerely thank BYD's Dynasty series and the Zhengzhou Chihua 4S shop. Thanks to BYD, they repainted the peeling front bumper, replaced the leaking rear taillight, and swapped out 3 tire liners, though I paid for one because I didn't know it was covered under warranty. They also replaced 3 seats, the air conditioning compressor, the noisy half-shaft, and the peeling interior rim that cut my hand a few times. Most importantly, they repainted the rusted right rear door and replaced the left rear door that rusted through. So, should I be grateful or not? BYD's suppression of criticism extends to its monopolistic control over EV maintenance. Repair costs are reportedly exorbitant, and independent repair shops often avoid EVs altogether due to the complexity and legal risks involved. Recently, a car owner who paid 5,000 yuan to an independent technician for repairs faced a 6-month prison sentence after BYD accused the technician of tampering with the vehicle's battery management system. According to reports, 2 brothers specializing in automotive electrical repairs discovered that a specific EV manufacturer's battery management system would lock after a collision. Unlocking it required costly, time-consuming procedures. In response to inquiries from car owners, the brothers modified the battery system data for 2 vehicles. When the manufacturer learned of this, it accused them of distorting data collection and compromising the vehicle's safety. The brothers were arrested, sentenced to 6 months in prison, and fined a total of 5,000 yuan, the amount they earned from the repairs. The case has raised broader questions about vehicle ownership rights. Critics argue that while car buyers technically own their vehicles, they are effectively forced to rely on authorized service centers for repairs, leaving independent shops unable to work on EVs. Some worry that this sets a precedent that could criminalize routine maintenance if done outside official channels. Some commentators have likened this to a pocket crime, warning that it sets a dangerous precedent. In the future, even minor repairs outside authorized service centers could be criminalized under similar justifications. BYD has emerged as a key component of the Chinese Communist Party's global strategy, but its aggressive tactics have sparked controversy. Domestically, the company pressures suppliers and incites price wars with relentless cost-cutting. Internationally, it has rapidly expanded into Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Chinese state media often equate BYD with Tesla, predicting it will one day surpass the American EV giant. However, this vision appears to be part of BYD and the CCP leadership's China dream. Beyond its alleged labor abuses in Brazil, BYD has exported its aggressive pricing strategy overseas, disrupting automotive markets worldwide and revealing the CCP's broader ambitions. Countries like the United States, Canada, and those in the European Union have responded with steep tariffs on Chinese EVs, aiming to counteract what they see as predatory pricing. BYD now faces tariffs of up to 100% in North America and 45% in Europe. Even in its previously secure Asian markets, BYD's fortunes are waning as subsidies dwindle and intense price wars strain the company's position. In Bangkok, white BYD electric SUVs have become a common sight around Suvarnabhumi Airport, the Grand Palace, Khao San Road, and major malls like Central Rama 9. Thai local PETA told China Observer that since October, BYD taxis have surged across Greater Bangkok. Many Chinese tourists prefer them when booking through apps like Bolt or Grab due to their spacious trunks, which can fit 4 or more suitcases, ideal for airport trips. PETA said traditional fuel taxis have practically disappeared. BYD Atto 3, known as Yuan Plus in China, have become a bestseller in Thailand, although its owners have criticized it for quality issues.
比亚迪这个品牌
There's this saying, you used to look down on BYD, but now you can't afford it. That's nonsense. Anyone who says that has something wrong with their head. As an auto mechanic, I think I'm qualified to comment on this car, my car. I bought it in July 2022. First, the gear lever's end position was so sharp it cut my hand. There's a video online about it. Then, all the buttons on the lower panel cracked. After pleading with the 4S shop, they replaced them. The steering wheel cracked too, and the car pulled to the right while driving. The worst was the circular decorative piece. It completely fell apart. The horn broke, all the panels cracked over time, and the navigation screen just popped up randomly. I had to replace the roof lining as well. Every winter, the brake pads make this awful grinding noise whenever I brake, and this is supposed to be an export model. I can't imagine how bad the domestic versions are. Other Chinese brands like Great Wall Motors, GAC Ion, and SAIC Volkswagen are also competing in Thailand, challenging Japanese and American automakers that have long dominated the market. PETA remarked, Thai people spend money as soon as they feel they can afford something. Hardly anyone buys cars outright. Most rely on loans. He recalled seeing Great Wall Motors showroom in a mall a few years ago. Out of curiosity about EVs, he stopped to take a look. He said the showroom was often empty, and within a year it closed down. According to PETA, the lack of government support for EVs and insufficient infrastructure at the time contributed to poor sales. He said, Ion also had a showroom in Central Rama too, but it lasted less than a year before closing. I visited it a few times, and there was never anyone there. According to the Bangkok Post, BYD leads Thailand's EV market, holding a 40% share as of mid-2023. However, its dominance is being tested. In September 2024, the Thai government approved an EV subsidy program totaling 7.12 billion baht. The plan offered subsidies of up to 150,000 baht for EVs priced below 2 million baht, and 18,000 baht for electric motorcycles under 150,000 baht. These subsidies were paid directly to manufacturers, with buyers receiving benefits upon vehicle registration. As the policy nears its end, the EV sales have fallen short of expectations, contributing to an overall 25.3% decline in Thai auto production during the first 9 months of 2024. Furthermore, BYD's aggressive pricing strategy has caused discontent among Thai consumers. Japanese and American fuel vehicle dealerships in Thailand have called on the government to implement measures to support the struggling auto sector. Thailand, known as the Detroit of Asia for its extensive production of auto parts, has historically supplied local components to these automakers. Declining fuel car sales harm niche markets and threaten employment and the broader economy. In July 2024, the Thai Prime Minister's office requested an investigation into BYD's local distributor, Rever Automotive, following complaints about misleading promotions. Buyers were promised higher prices after discounts ended, but BYD instead cut prices by up to 340,000 baht, leaving early customers feeling cheated. In November 2024, BYD further reduced prices for its Atto 3 and Seagull models by an additional 400,000 baht, sparking more outrage. One customer, Nuntipak Tarbimongkarn, purchased a BYD vehicle in 2022 only to see its price drop by over 400,000 baht. He and a group of buyers are now planning legal action against the company. Whenever someone criticizes BYD, the chairman, Wang Chuanfu, immediately disagrees. A clip of him speaking has been circulating online. He said, I don't know if these people have any brains. They claim there's a huge gap between us and joint venture brands in EV technology. However, China is at the forefront of applied technology and market scale, even challenging the US market. These are facts. Why don't they admit it? Why do they insist that foreign products are better?
还真不是这个样子啊，不是说外国的东西就是好。
That's not how it is at all. It's not about foreign products being better, it's about how bad BYD products are. They overpromise and underdeliver, and everyone can see it. Ask the customers who supported you back when they bought the F3. How many of them aren't cursing you now? And if foreign cars are so bad, why are you running your cars on the Nürburgring track? And you're even using fake achievements there. Isn't that embarrassing? It's all just a publicity stunt to sell more cars. No matter what you say, I won't believe your claims that a car can keep running after losing 2 wheels. I also don't believe BYD cars will never catch fire. Sure, China has made progress in some areas, but not in cars. And cutting corners, exploiting suppliers, and squeezing workers dry, that's on you. The CCP has poured vast resources into electric vehicles, seeing the industry as a strategic pathway to global dominance in high-tech manufacturing. However, this gamble has led to overcapacity, global backlash, and financial strain on domestic manufacturers. In October 2023, WM Motor filed for restructuring, and premium EV brand Hi-Fi paused operations for at least 6 months earlier in the year. Guangzhou-based Xpeng reported a net loss of 1.28 billion yuan in Q2 2024, while Geely-owned Zeekr lost 1.81 billion yuan during the same period. NIO recorded an $835 million loss in Q2 2023, equivalent to a $35,000 loss per car sold. Despite the industry's struggles, the CCP continues to inject money into EV development. According to research by the Washington-based think tank Center for Strategic and International Studies, the Chinese government provided a total of $230.9 billion in support for EVs from 2009 to 2023. Between 2009 and 2017, the annual funding averaged approximately $6.74 billion. From 2018 to 2020, this support nearly tripled, followed by another significant surge since 2021. The funding was provided in 5 main forms: nationally approved buyer rebates, a 10% sales tax exemption, government subsidies for infrastructure, mainly charging stations, research and development programs for EV manufacturers, and government procurement of electric vehicles. The CCP's large-scale financial support for the EV industry stems from its belief that EVs will secure global dominance in high-tech manufacturing. Once the CCP identifies a strategic goal, it commits the nation's resources to achieving it. The CCP's state-led approach has its downsides. Overcapacity is a recurring problem, as seen in other sectors like steel and coal during the 2008 financial crisis. The Atlantic Council's senior researcher Chen Hong highlights how the CCP's centralized decision-making leads to resource misallocation and economic inefficiencies. As overcapacity mounts, even local governments face financial strain. Milton Isradi, chief economist at New York communications firm Vested, wrote that the CCP has cut EV subsidies by nearly 66% as overcapacity issues become more pronounced. This has left weaker, less efficient companies on the brink of collapse. Despite this, local governments continue to fund zombie enterprises, further straining their finances. For instance, regions like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing's Changping district offer EV buyers rebates ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 yuan. However, these local governments are already facing financial difficulties, and sustaining unprofitable companies is increasingly untenable. As overcapacity issues worsen, industry consolidation appears inevitable. Private investors and local governments are likely to suffer losses, further complicating China's path to economic recovery.